Hi, I'm Curious Vedant, and welcome to season 5 of my podcast. Today, my guest is Cassandra Nazareth, who is the managing trustee of Nazareth Foundation. Nazareth Foundation provides entrepreneurship training for tribal women in Aarey Forest and Sanjay Gandhi National Park. Hi, Cassie. Welcome to my show.
Hi, Vedant. Thank you so much for having me here. Let's get started.
Yeah, this is going to be fun. So, Cassie, before moving forward, can you tell my listeners about Aarey Forest and Sanjay Gandhi National Park?
Okay. Aarey Forest is a natural urban forest that is right in the heart of Mumbai city. As I said, it's a very, very old natural forest. And I'm stressing on natural because we hear of cities who are planting trees and reforesting areas around them just to grow a forest. And here we have this gem, which is probably the world's only natural forest in a mega city. So it's really exciting. We have leopards in Aarey. We have a road passing through where a lot of Mumbai traffic goes through. And we have 27 villages in which indigenous people called Varli Adivasis live. So Mumbai is really blessed to have the best of both worlds, being a metropolis as well as having this natural forest. Sanjay Gandhi National Park is also a natural forest. It has been set aside for the past many decades as a national park. So it does have protected status. And it has got 11 Varli villages in it.
I really want to go there next time I go to Mumbai.
Do come, be my guest.
I'm curious to know a little history of the tribes in there.
The tribes living in Sanjay Gandhi National Park as well as Aarey Forest and in various pockets of Mumbai are the Varli Adivasi tribes. They are basically an Adivasi tribes, but they are from the Varli community. We do have part of another Adivasi tribe called Kokanas, who are also living in Aarey as well as in Sanjay Gandhi National Park. So these are the two types of tribes that you find in and around Mumbai.
Oh, that's really nice. I didn't know that there were tribes there.
Neither did I. I found them by fluke. I've been living in Mumbai for all my life. And it's more than 50 years that I've been living in Mumbai. And I myself did not know that these people existed. I happened to go into Aarey to try and save the trees. You must have heard of the Save Aarey movement, which is part of saving trees and everything.
Yeah.
So I had wound up there for something like this. And I stumbled upon these hamlets. And I figured out that they needed more saving than the trees. So that's how I started doing my work with the community in these places.
What is the kind of support they need, and how does the Nazareth Foundation help them?
Okay, so as I was telling you, I went into Aarey supposedly to save the trees as part of the Save Aarey movement. And when I went into Aarey, I came across these hamlets of people. And I figured out that they needed. So as I was telling you, I went into Aarey to save the trees. And by fluke, literally, I stumbled upon these various hamlets of living, breathing people around the place. And I figured out that they needed more saving than the trees, probably. So that is how I started my social work in Aarey for the communities living there. And of course, because they have relatives also living in Sanjay Gandhi National Park, And I live very close to Sanjay Gandhi National Park. So I started doing my work in both these places. The Nazareth Foundation is something I started to lend structure to the work that I do. Because when people want to either give you money, or they want to give you food, or they want to give you other items to distribute, they like to deal with an organization rather than a single entity. So that is the reason why I started the Nazareth Foundation. And it has really, really helped both me grow as a person, as well as helped my work grow within the community. Because we had this foundation registered during COVID, it came in real good use for the community, because we were able to collect funds, we were able to distribute food grain, mattresses, fruits, so many things that the people needed in Aarey during the lockdowns, during the 2 lockdowns that we had. So I'm glad that I did register this foundation.
That was really nice. I really want to meet the tribes.
Come, they're a very warm, very welcoming kind of community. And, I have this long name called Cassandra Nazareth. And when I started going into the villages, I must tell you a little funny story. When I started going into the villages, people couldn't pronounce my name. Like Cassandra Nazareth is a very alien sounding name, a very anglicized kind of name. So the children started calling me Kashibai, because my pet name, a lot of people call me Cassie. So that is something that the kids couldn't pronounce there. So they started calling me Kashibai. So that's a little funny thing.
That's funny. What is the Save Aarey campaign about? What is the trick to it?
As I told you, I was hearing about this movement, and I was reading about it in the papers, that a group of people had come together and had started something called Save Aarey. And being this curious person and very involved in my city, I wanted to know what this was about. So I wound up at one of these meetings. The Save Aarey movement is essentially a citizens movement. It is a movement of complete citizens or different organizations who have come together. It's a very fluid movement. Essentially, as I said, it's a citizen-driven movement. It's a citizens movement. And it's a group of people who came together to save Aarey forest from being decimated by the urban sprawl that is Mumbai. A lot of people think that Aarey forest is only the car shed area where the metro car shed was supposed to come up. The whole Aarey movement started because the government wanted to cut down some 2,500 trees at a particular area in Aarey to build a metro car shed. This would be a very polluting project within an eco-forest, because you would be washing bogies, you would be, cutting down so many trees. And this is something that the government could easily build somewhere else, not necessarily within the forest. So that is why a whole group of citizens came together. I was part of the movement as well. And mind you, none of the Adivasis wanted the metro car shed in the forest. One thing I'd like to clarify is Aarey forest is more than 5 lakh trees. It is not just the 2,500 odd trees that a lot of people think is Aarey forest. A lot of people in Mumbai also who have never been to Aarey think that Aarey forest is just those few trees which are on that metro car shed, but it's not that. Aarey is more than 3,500 acres. It's a huge place, really huge. And it's a real estate landmine. Why? Because it's in the middle of Mumbai. So that is what we citizens were trying to save for posterity. We were trying to save a natural ancient forest and also to save the hamlets of the 27 Adivasi Padas, the Adivasi communities who are living in Aarey. So that is precisely what the Save Aarey movement was about. And it's one of the longest running citizens movements, I think, in the world, because it's been 7 years that we've been fighting now to save Aarey forest. And we have managed, because thanks to the consistent effort of citizens from Mumbai who came out on the ground, came into Aarey. We had a program called Sundays for Aarey, where little kids like you would come with little placards, which they had made at home, saying, no, we want to save Aarey. We want to save Aarey. It's well documented in the press. You will see it if you Google it also. You will, the Save Aarey movement, or if you just Google Save Aarey, you will find a lot of material and videos and pictures and everything on that. So it was really a citizens movement, and we helped to take the movement beyond Mumbai to the rest of India as well as the world. It became a global phenomenon. Today, the Save Aarey movement and the way that the citizens fought and pushed back the government and managed to save their forest is well documented. As of today, the Save Aarey movement has managed to save 800 acres of forest, which the government has declared as phase 1, that is going to be a definite forest. We are waiting for phase 2. Besides the metro car shed, which was supposed to be in the forest, there were about 5 or 6 other projects, again, which would use up a lot of the land in Aarey forest, which would cut down a lot more trees. And the citizens have managed to push back those projects as well. So we are still waiting for the metro car shed to be relocated to a place called Kanjurmarg. The fight is not over. It's still on. It's still on. But I can see maybe a light at the end of the tunnel. So that is what the Save Aarey movement was.
Can you tell me a little bit more about the entrepreneurship training work you do?
Yeah. So as I told you, when I went into Aarey, I came across these tribes and these communities who were living there. They were very impoverished. I remember the first time I went into one of the villages, there was this small little kid running around stark naked, not a stitch of clothes on him. So I said, this is Mumbai, right in the middle of Mumbai, and let me see what I can do for them. So I got together a group of women in that one particular village, and I asked them what skills they had. Sad to say, none of them had any skills as such. So I realized that the only skills they have was cooking. So I started this thing called the tribal lunch. Now, what is this tribal lunch? This tribal lunch is something where is a program. It's a day-long program, like a picnic, like ecotourism basically, where people from Mumbai would come to this particular village on a preset day and time. And the women of the village would cook their regular barley food, which is really yummy. They would cook it on firewood. And that is how the women earned. And another thing is, this is how I also showed a lot of Mumbai what Aarey is. A lot of people had been living in Mumbai, like me. I was living in Mumbai. I'd never really gone into these interior places of Aarey. But now, 7 years down the line, a lot more Mumbaikars are aware of this. So when the women cooked, people enjoyed their lunch, they went back, they spoke about it, the press wrote about it. And the next lunch that we had, I started a flea market. I told the women, whatever it is that you all have to sell, whether it's on the trees or the veggies that you all grow or whatever, they brought that, and we had a small little pop-up flea market. Then I realized I have to keep training the women because they can't just cook. So I started training them with sewing, We used to do beads. We've made necklaces. We make quilts. We make bags. We make pot holders. There's a big variety of stuff that we make. Besides, of course, the laddus and the masalas that we make. So all this I've done branding for them under the name called Tribal Tadka. So if you Google Tribal Tadka, you will see the products that these people sell. Then I taught them how to sun dry hibiscus, which is something that they have growing outside their houses. They have moringa trees, so we sun dry moringa and we sell. So these are some of the things which are available there that I've taught them how to monetize. And today they are capable of cooking as a unit, not necessarily only in their villages, but even for parties and functions. So we've done that as well. And we sell their products online for them as well. So today these women have bank balances of their own. They've got their own PAN cards. They've got their own Aadhaar cards. And the money that they earned is something that I told them belongs to them. It does not belong to the family. So I'm proud to say that they have been sort of, earning their own today, Vedant. You should really come. I'll take you to these places when you come next.
Yeah, it sounds so fun.
Yeah. It is, and you'll meet children your age. You will see how they make do with little or nothing. Some of them have, with great difficulty, they go off to school. But it's thanks to these entrepreneurial programs that we have going on that allows the community to earn and it allows the community to grow. Because through this tribal lunch, people who came to the villages asked me, Cassie, how can we help you? How can we help the Nazareth Foundation? So I sat with the women and I asked them, I sat with the community and I asked them, what is it that you all want? So they gave me a list of things that they were looking forward to or something that they wanted. One of the first things they wanted was, I noticed that they used to carry water up a hill. And it was really sad to watch these women carrying heavy pots of water up the hill. So one of the first things I did was crowdfunded enough money so we could refurbish a borewell which was at the bottom of the hill, and we put a holding tank at the top of the hill and pumped the water up so the women didn't have to carry the water uphill anymore. So that saved them a lot of trouble and saved them a lot of time. And that time they managed to, today they are putting that time into the tribal Tadka products, making the tribal Tadka products and earning. So this is how we kept the community growing. Somebody else came forward and said, okay, I'd like to donate raincoats. I said, sure, bring raincoats. Somebody else would come and donate food. People would bring clothes for the children, slippers, so many different things, Somebody paid for education. So this is how our work kept on growing.
It's so nice that you're helping all these tribal families who need a lot of help. I'm sure most people like us don't realize how much they're suffering.
Yes, we don't realize how privileged we are. It's only when you go to visit communities like this that you realize you can't take your life for granted, because there are other people who have little or nothing, literally little or nothing. We've got some people from the community who are so talented in music. So I used to put little videos of them playing their music out on social media. And then people reached out to me. Recently, we gave one of our boys a very nice big Yamaha professional organ. Somebody had it lying around. They said, it's collecting dust, Cassie. I'm sure you'll be able to use it. And sure enough, I took it and we gave it to this boy. And to see him playing it today, he's learning music and he's a very talented musician. So different things, whatever people throw at us, we use.
That's just so nice. That is so nice. How can my listeners help the foundation and its work?
As I said, we are open to different things. People connect with us. Some of them give us time. They volunteer with us. You can volunteer offline. You can volunteer online. That is with regard to volunteering. Yes, donations we do take, but more than donations, I would prefer if you gave me stuff in kind. Okay, because that is something that we could distribute. Kind in meaning like either food or whatever else the community needs. Like right now it's back to school, so some of the kids would need backpacks. Then we are looking at stationery kits, footwear for the children, so different things. Or the best way is to buy some of the products from us, because I feel that doubles the impact of the donation. For instance, if you would like to give me 10,000 rupees, I would tell you, please buy 10,000 rupees worth of stuff that these women make. Why? Because if we sell items, I can give the orders, I can give more orders to the women who are making items. As I said, we do bags, we do quilts. A lot of the women do very nice macrame, Ganeshas, and hangings. They also make a lot of dough ornaments, what we call in India called torans. So really nice things. So these are the different ways that you can help us. Reach out to us. We are very accessible on WhatsApp, okay, email. We have a website, so you can find us easily.
Dear listeners, please donate and buy stuff from Tribal Tatka, and also just give stuff to Nazareth Foundation so that they can pass it on to all these poor tribal families. What made you start the Nazareth Foundation?
I started the Nazareth Foundation, as I told you, to lend structure to the kind of work that I do. Because if somebody wants to give us money, or if they want to give us things, they would like a thank you letter, they would like a thank you note. People generally like dealing with an organization rather than an individual. And my work has grown so much. We are a very small team of volunteers. We're just 4 volunteers who run the Nazareth Foundation. Okay, there's Blazia, there's Mahesh, who's an artist, and there is Rita, and then I have 2 or 3 other volunteers who help a little bit on and off. There's Rajani, there's Avinash, when they help, there's Anirudh, they help us offline. But as I said, I started the Nazareth Foundation to lend structure to the work that I do, so we could grow and reach more people and thus help more families here. And me starting the foundation has really helped.
I'm sure the work you do is so nice. I'm so happy that you can help so many people. It's really really nice.
I want to tell you something. You were asking me, why did I start the Nazareth Foundation? I'm so glad I started it, because a year after I started it, we were hit with COVID. And because I was already registered, because I was already a registered trust or whatever, so many people reached out to us. And we were able to send food into Sanjay Gandhi National Park and Aarey. By just sitting at our desks, we did remote work. And because I had already started working with these communities and everything, we already had women in different villages who we were working with. We would just send the stuff to them and they would distribute it. They would send us the pictures of what they distributed and everything. So we were able, because of the Nazareth Foundation structure, we were able to reach a lot more people. During COVID times, people as far as Tamil Nadu reached out to us for food and other stuff that they need. Now, this is not something I would have managed on my own. It is because I had already set up a trust. The trust already had a bank account, which was vetted by the government. The government had given it certification. So it's because all these things were in place that we could reach out and really help a lot more people.
I'm so happy that COVID is slowly coming to an end.
Really.
Yeah,
It
and
has impacted these families so very badly because there were the first time COVID hit them, we had a lot of deaths in the community. That is why none of us were even going in there because, we did not want to take COVID from the city into some of these villages, which were very remote villages. But we had to send food. So we were just sending it with a tempo driver. None of us were going. We were just networking.
Mhm. Yeah. Now you can go and help them physically again.
Yes, we've restarted having our lunches. I have village walkabouts as well. I wanted to show Mumbaikars what a lovely place Aarey was and how gracious and lovely these Adivasi people are. So I started having the tribal lunch, as I explained to you. And I also started something called a village walkabout. We've had groups of cycling enthusiasts who have cycled around the city and then cycled around Aarey and come for an early morning breakfast at one of my villages, which my women have cooked. So I wanted to show Mumbai what a lovely place Aarey was. So that's why we've started doing other activities along with the women as well.
Mhm. Yeah, when I come there, I definitely want to do a walkabout and be part of one of the lunches.
Come.
Yeah.
Happy to host you.
Yeah. Next time I come to India, I'm also going to try and donate some stuff to them.
Okay, most welcome. And as I said, be able to meet people more your age and things like that. So there's no problem at all.
Yeah, it'll be really fun.
Yeah. Oh, you were asking me how people can donate from abroad, how people can donate to the stuff that we are doing. What they can do is they can pay the vendor directly. So the money doesn't come to the foundation because we don't have a license to collect foreign funds or anything. Okay. But maybe people who want to donate a particular thing, let's say, suppose we say we need stationery kits. Okay. So maybe your people can pay the vendors directly. As I said, we can figure out something.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, dear listeners, please donate. Please donate. These families are really desperate and need lots of help. What did you want to be as a child?
As a child, I was very passionate about helping people. I can remember right from school days, even during my college days, I was part of a women's organization and women's network and everything. So I think I've always been very passionate about helping people and reaching out. And I'm really lucky to be able to make my passion my life today because I really enjoy what I'm doing. I love empowering women, teaching them, and it gives me so much joy when I see people standing on their own 2 feet because of a little push that we've given them, either by way of entrepreneurship or by way of confidence or whatever. So I've always been wanting to help people, and I'm glad I'm in a space where I'm currently doing that. So thank you to the universe.
Yeah. What are your hobbies?
I like doing different things. And I'm a very multifaceted person. I have this curiosity of wanting to know how things tick. So my hobbies, well, are reading. Okay. I love technology and figuring out how technology works. Okay. I like reading and keeping abreast of the new medical breakthroughs that are happening in various fields, especially with regard to rare autoimmune disease. I'm passionate about sewing. Um, I don't do crochet, but my daughter does. And I like knitting. I like sewing, as I said. And I love upcycling and repurposing fabric into new products. You give me waste fabric, I'm the happiest dealing with little pieces of scrap fabric and making new things out of them. So those are my hobbies.
Those are some really fun hobbies. I also really enjoy cycling.
Yeah, I don't enjoy cycling. I enjoy recycling, upcycling stuff, best out of waste.
Mhm.
Whatever someone discards, I make it into a new product which can be used by somebody, or we sell it for funds and put the funds back into, our organization. So that is the cycling the recycling, upcycling.
Yeah. Once in school, there was a project of like taking a plastic water bottle and like those ones you buy in stores which cost lots of money.
Correct.
We cut the top and made it a rain gauge.
You made it into a
Rain gauge.
ring. Okay. That's nice.
Yeah.
Here we repurpose the bottles and we use them to make little eco bricks, what we call eco bricks, and we put them around lining beds for plants. We fill the bottles with mud and we use them as a little path to line a pathway or something, or to line a vegetable bed.
Yeah, that's it. That's also really nice. And also, I would just like to say, I would like to congratulate everybody who was part of the Save Aarey campaign, and I thank them for taking the movement forward and also making lots of impact to save that lovely forest.
Yes, I am so grateful and also indebted to the people of Mumbai who came out and who still are voicing out for Aarey. And I feel privileged to be a part of the historical process of saving Aarey forest and where we are today. So this is something that I will always treasure, my time with the forest and the forest dwellers.
And thank you so much for coming on my show.
Sure, Vedant. It was such a pleasure. It was really nice talking to you.
Yeah, I also really enjoyed.
Yeah. Hope to meet you in person and to take you cycling around Aarey, and you can see all the work that we do.
Yeah, I can't wait to come there and meet all the tribal people.
Sure.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Thank you so much.
Dear listeners, follow my Facebook page, Curious Vedant, to get updates on my upcoming episodes. To listen at leisure on your phone and get notified with future episodes, subscribe by searching for Curious Vedant wherever you get your podcasts, such as Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, and many more. You can also listen to my show on curiousvedant.com. Thank you for listening to Curious Vedant, and don't forget to rate and leave comments